gosh, I do this all the time. I always got a pin in my ear. I feel I think better with a pin in my ear. And it also helps me remember names, which is good because today we have, I wrote it down, Natalie Zakarchik. Yay, I sort of got it right. And Michelle Taylor. And these two wonderful women have started an organization that I heard about in a meeting. Again, another great Zoom meeting. This is why I don't complain about Zoom. And I wanted to introduce them to you. Welcome, ladies. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us. We're excited to chat.
Yay. Okay, so let's start with this. How is it that you two met? And what made you decide you wanted to start the community clubhouse?
Yes. So yeah, Michelle is actually my sister, and
that explains that. So yeah. You met what, 22 years ago?
Yeah. 15, 18-ish, yeah, years ago. Yeah, but I actually have a history of cancer. In 2013, I was diagnosed with a stage 3 breast cancer. And I went through, the next 2 years of treatment, everything from chemo, radiation, multiple surgeries for double mastectomy and reconstruction. And then of course the long-term hormone blocker. And at the end of all of that, I believed I beat cancer, and I just really wanted to turn my back to the C word completely. And I realized that was a mistake. And over the next few years of my survivorship, I wasn't having a great survivorship experience. I found myself alone rather than in community. And fast forward 6 years, I found out that the cancer had spread to my bone. So I am officially stage 4 with metastatic breast cancer. At the time, I was living in Dallas, Texas, and I realized if I was going to make it through this time, I needed to be a part of a cancer community. And so I reached out and I found a great community down in Dallas that I became a part of. They helped me feel understood in my cancer survivorship experience. And I knew, being born and raised in Nevada, that I would be coming back to Nevada. And so when I came back, I kind of hit up Michelle. Hey, Shelly, I have this great idea. Let's create a cancer community here in Northern Nevada. To be kind of what I found so much strength from in the community down in Texas. So that's kind of why we started the Cancer Community Clubhouse.
I love it. Hey, you said something that I actually, I've done a lot of these interviews and I actually haven't technically heard this term. And I wanted to just ask you about it. And that's where you said, I didn't feel like I was understood.
Yes.
What does that mean to you? I know it's kind of a silly question, but I've never actually heard it put that way, and it sort of hits right here. So tell me more about that.
Sure. Yeah, being understood was really a big part of it for me. I had a fantastic support system. My family was excellent. I had great friends that really helped me get through everything. I had an employer that really helped me get through my original diagnosis. So I had all of these people around me that were great, but I didn't know one other person who had been through the treatments I had been through. And so as much as outside people want to share and want to understand, and they have compassion and empathy, when I actually got into and became a part of a cancer community, I realized people that have gone through it, they understand what it is. And so it's less of a compassion, it's less of an empathy, it's more of an understanding, it's a camaraderie, it's a community, right? And so for me, that was where my real healing began, was in this cancer community, where I could be understood and then go on to understand others as they make it through their journey.
Got it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, your community Clubhouse accepts all forms of cancer, correct?
Yes, exactly.
And is it male and female or female only?
Male and female, and actually Michelle can talk a little bit about, you know, who can be a member of our cancer community.
Okay, well, we'll get to that in 1 second, because let's put the horse in front of the cart. I'm actually going to do it in the right order today, which doesn't happen very often, ladies, just so you know. So tell me exactly, one, community Clubhouse, I get a vision, right? I get the visual, but it seems a little more, I picture a shack with a dirt floor. I don't know why, but so tell me more about like the overall feel and the overall goal.
Sure. Honestly, our goal is that anybody affected by cancer can walk through the doors of our Clubhouse and know that they are in a community of other people who understand what it is like to go through cancer treatment.
Mhm.
So part of what we're going to offer at our Clubhouse is we're going to focus our programs on kind of three main areas: social and emotional support. So we are going to have survivors luncheons and networking groups. We'll be doing art classes, things like that, that will help people make connection within the cancer community. We'll also focus on physical, have a physical component, as far as having yoga classes, Pilates, gentle exercise, things that people that, cancer patients, after they've gone through surgeries and treatments, their bodies don't just bounce back to normal. And
Yeah.
so we'll be able to offer some of those things where we will have specialists that are teaching the classes that are able to make the adjustments as people need them. So we're really excited about that. We're also going to be partnering with the Center Foundation to provide mind-body practices for us. So the meditation, qigong, journaling and writing for healing. That's another thing that they're going to provide for us, which we're really excited about.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Oh, finally, the educational component. We are hoping to partner with oncologists, physical therapists, nutritionists, things like that. Professionals in the community who can come in and speak directly to our cancer community about things that are affecting them.
Wow. It seems like an awesome, but a large undertaking. How long has this been in planning? Like, how long have you been like, I got to get this together?
Well, the idea, I was diagnosed stage 4 about 2 years ago, and that's really when we started to kind of come up with this idea. And it's because I was a part of this type of community where I was living at the time, and it was just so beneficial for me. And
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, when I moved back up here, and we've been kind of doing all the back end pieces for maybe a little less than a year. And we've had some incredible support in the community. We have a couple of community partners and sponsorships, so that we can get some of these programs started.
So it sounds like you're also fully anticipating an in-person experience, correct?
Mostly, we are going to have a physical space, and so
Awesome.
Mostly it will be in person, but we also recognize, especially in rural Nevada, we would like to have some way that those people can participate before we actually move out into those communities.
Yeah.
So, hopefully looking at something like where we'd have an in-person class, but maybe be able to Zoom it also.
Yeah.
Something like that, like a hybrid.
Which I'm finding is a really effective way to reach those areas. I don't know if we were in that same meeting. I've been to so many Nevada Cancer Coalition meetings, it's hard to keep track, but I also realized they refer to a lot of Nevada, not just as rural, but as frontier.
Oh.
And I feel that that's a really apt description of our state. We are definitely a frontier state, which means even more distance and lack of services in those far-reaching areas. So I'm a big fan personally. Like I said, I don't have Zoom fatigue. I am a big fan of making things available to people at any level so that they can access. All right, so I was going to ask you another question. This is what happens. All right, so yes, in person, and it's male or female. How? So maybe it is now Michelle's turn. We are now at the cart. Tell me about how people find you. Also, if you don't mind, can you tell me a little about the initiation process? And I don't mean that in a hazing sort of way, but I mean, is it a one phone call and then you're in, or do you have to fill out paperwork, or what's the deal?
Okay, so we are for any person in Northern Nevada or rural Nevada who's been affected by cancer. They can become a member and they can participate for free, thanks to our very generous donors and sponsors. These are people who are newly diagnosed, people who are currently undergoing treatment, survivors, family members or caregivers, or those people who have lost someone to cancer.
Okay.
And any of them are welcome to become a member of Cancer Community Clubhouse. And to become a member, we just have a simple membership process. It's just a paper that we fill out that just has some basic information. You can fill that out online at our website, or they can fill it out at any of our events. We'll have those papers available there. And that's just so that we can keep in contact with people and keep people informed of what we're doing. For people who want to learn more about us, we have, they can check out our Facebook and our Instagram accounts, which are, Instagram is at cancer.community.clubhouse, and Facebook is just Cancer Community Clubhouse. They can also check out our website. It's just a pretty simple website right now, but that's www.cancercommunityclubhouse.org. And you can, check us out on those places, kind of get a feel for what we're about. We are going to be doing a Survivors Day event coming up on June 6th. So people who want to meet us in person can come to Bartley Ranch in Reno on June 6th from 1 to 3 p.m. and they can meet us in person, and they can meet other survivors and get to know kind of our community, and also Nevada Cancer Coalition, the Center Foundation will be there and have a presence there as well.
Yeah, and I got the flyer, and I will put that in our June newsletter, our June event newsletter, and we'll put it on our website so people can easily access it. We'll put a link to you guys. It's all about, like I said, it's all about making it easy for people to find you. Oh wait, I was going to ask you, oh yes, and your website and all of your social media will list for everybody as well, to also make it easy to find you. Is there a number people can call?
We don't have a dedicated phone number, but
Okay.
my phone number is listed on our website, and my email also.
Oh, good. You know how some people, sometimes they just want to talk to someone. Even I get those phone calls, and I'm like, I'm in. We'll make it happen. And what I love is this idea that we're proving to people that we can all work together. Like, I totally see and feel a need for what you guys are doing. And I know that I have a lot of survivors, or even a lot of people living with metastatic breast cancer, that could benefit. And I love that you guys are in northern, rural, and frontier Nevada, because it's often commercially a forgotten part of the state. But to me, we're all one big family here. Yeah. So now, Natalie, how do I word this? Are you married?
No, I'm not. I'm single.
Me too.
Nice.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, I just was wondering if you were trying to juggle all of this in a family as well. That would be a lot of work, young lady.
Yeah, no, I have, my son is actually about to turn 18 years old, which is awesome. Yeah, he's going to school right now at UNR, and so he'll be starting his second year at UNR. I believe he's going to be moving out and living on campus next semester. So I'll just be juggling my own, my own health, my own diagnosis, and
Yeah.
really trying to be a part of this community and get the community going. When Michelle and I started this, that was a big concern for me. The medications that I take add a lot of fatigue to my day. And so I told Michelle, I can't do this on my own, but if you want to do this together, let's do it together. And it's just worked out perfect. Her skills complement my skills, and everything has just been seamless as we've kind of moved forward. And like I said, we had such a great reception in the community.
Mhm.
I guess I wasn't aware of the survivorship movement that is happening right now. It really is a movement. People
Mhm.
are living longer with cancer. And so these survivorship programs are just really important.
Yeah, Michelle, do you live up in northern Nevada as well?
I do. I live in Reno. So we were, born and raised here. Natalie and I both were. And then I moved out, went to college. My husband's a doctor, so he did medical school and residency and all of that. We've kind of lived all over the country. And then we've been back here in Reno for about 5 years now.
Wow. And how long have you've only been back 2 years, correct?
Me, I've only been back 1 year, actually.
1 year.
Yeah.
Okay, I am about to ask you a question you may not have an answer for.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I'm just out of curiosity because we've done a lot of interviews with doctors and different types of treatments. Have you found for yourself, Natalie, that treatment has changed a lot over the last couple of years? Or
Absolutely.
yeah, so you feel, or do you feel that new treatments are coming out that are helping more? Or
Well, I suppose I can't really address whether new treatments are coming out and helping more. What I think is the biggest or the most progress that has been made is really in the diagnostics.
mm,
Part of my story was that I actually felt a breast lump 2 years. I was 32 years old. I had a son in 3rd grade. He was young and I was a single mom, and the imaging did not catch it at that time. And so fast forward 2 years, it ended up being a stage 3, a large stage 3 tumor. And what I kind of tell people now is the imaging is so great now that they would have caught my cancer at the very earliest stage,
mhm.
and to me, that's very hopeful. As far as treatments go, I've been on the same treatment the entire time, and it seems like to this point the treatment is working really well for me, which I'm very thankful for. I do know that when it comes to metastatic breast cancer, there are a couple lines of treatment, but I know that a lot of those lines are all within the same category, the same type of treatment. The one I take right now, I do take the hormone blocker, and then I also take a CDK4/6 inhibitor. And so I believe that the next couple of treatments, if the medications start to fail and I have progression, I would just go on another CDK4/6 inhibitor, but try just a different brand name of it, I guess,
Right.
is the way to describe that. So I do wish, I'm really hopeful that something will happen in the immunotherapy realm for breast cancer. I know they're having a lot of success with other cancers with immunotherapy.
Right.
So that's kind of what my eyes are on that horizon.
Right. So, but along those lines then, because you talked about the educational portion of what you guys are trying to accomplish, and that how are you keeping in touch with those discoveries? And then are you passing that along to people that are joining the club?
Yeah, so our focus isn't really going to be on new discoveries in cancer necessarily. Um, you know, what we would like to partner with oncologists and if our members say, hey, we want an oncologist to talk about new treatments or to talk about what's on the horizon, then yeah, we'll get an oncologist in to do that. So,
Awesome.
yeah, it just kind of depends what people are interested in hearing and learning about.
So people that are listening to this, other than cancer patients, but other people that maybe want to get involved and help, what are you looking for? Volunteers? Do you need volunteers? Do you need funding? What do you need?
Yeah, so we're kind of looking for, you know, three kind of different things right now. So first, members. Of course, we need our members, our survivors, our people, you know, the people who are currently going through treatment
Mm-hmm.
to come and be part of our community. Second, we are looking for volunteers. We love having volunteers come to help with programs or with events. We've already got a few people who will be coming to our Survivors Day to help us run that. So we love having our volunteers. And then third, people and businesses who are willing to sponsor us. These are people who can sponsor, you know, either just through donations or through providing something specific like a survivor's luncheon or paying for a sip and paint night or things like that. We have lots of different opportunities for people to participate at kind of any level of funding that they feel comfortable with. And our big project that we are going to be fundraising for is to have a permanent space that can be the actual clubhouse that will have a really homey feel. It's not going to feel like a hospital or like you're walking into a cancer clinic. It will be a friendly place. It'll feel like you're walking into a home of your friend.
I love it. And do you guys have a place in mind by any chance?
So,
not yet.
Oh, go ahead, Michelle. Sorry.
Well, right now, our the place that we'll be doing some of our events at we're partnering with the Center Foundation.
Right.
So they have a space. We'll be partnering with them and doing some of our things there. But we've kind of always got our eyes out in the community looking for somewhere that we could move to once we have the funding for it.
Is June 6th the first event that you guys have planned in the next couple of weeks?
Yes.
Okay. All right, great. So like I said, we will definitely put that information like in the event newsletter, and we'll put it on our events page so people can connect to you. And tell me the name of the ranch that it's at again.
Bartley Ranch.
Well, I almost said Brentley. I'm like, I know that's not right. Bartley Ranch, which actually, that sounds fun. Is it really a ranch?
Yeah, it's kind of it's a park, but it's got a whole, they've got walking areas, they've got little park areas. It's a really fun place to go. We take the kids there a lot.
And that is in Reno, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. I love it. Okay, I was going to ask you guys one more question. The website will give everybody the information on how to connect with you. And when are we actually officially after the Bartley Ranch? Can you tell I'm over 50? I feel in this particular instance, it shows way more than I wanted to. After that event, like when are you guys like gonna get started? We're starting on this date.
Yeah, some of our start date is going to depend on what our members say they want to have us get going first. The space at the Center Foundation is going to be ready at the end of July. So we'll definitely start having programs there at the Center Foundation by the end of July or early August. And then up until that point, we'll probably see a few programs get started. but it won't be a full calendar of events like we intend to have going by August.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually pretty quick. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but the months, we're already halfway through the year almost, right? I mean, how did this happen? Like,
Yeah.
I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my gosh. So it just flies by so quickly.
Yeah.
So Natalie, are you also in Reno?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. So it just helps me kind of get a visual on how easy it is for you guys to make this happen. It makes it much easier to do it in Northern Nevada when you're in Northern Nevada. Just like us trying to do a walk up there in Reno, we're going to do it, but it's just harder to do because I'm planning it from Las Vegas. So I'm glad that you're up there. That helps a lot. Are you able to connect with a lot of the organizations up there, like Moms on the Run? Is that what it's called? Yes. I know there's Moms on the Run up there and other organizations like that. Are you connecting with them as well?
We are, and those are kind of things that we're looking to in, as we go into the future. We've connected with quite a few. Mainly our focus so far has been on this Survivor's Day and getting our information out into the cancer centers to, reach the people who are affected by cancer. So that's kind of been our focus. But yeah, we definitely hope to be able to partner with a lot of other organizations, even you guys, with Komen.
Oh, we're in, girl. I'm in. I think it's, again, I've told you when we first started, anything that will help my people, I'm in, right? It's like, I'm like, anything that will add or help benefit and emotional and mental benefits right now in this crazy time we're in, I am all for. I love that idea of understanding. I really do like that idea. And for me, it's interesting because I personally am not a cancer survivor, right? I don't have cancer. I've had people in my life that I love more than anything else in the world who have had cancer. And so that's where I come from, right? That's my background. But I also, every day I'm reminded that I probably do not fully understand.
Right.
And maybe I don't need to, right? Because I'm trying to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish, which is just to get rid of cancer. I'd like to see it gone forever. So I love that I have Dawn. Dawn is my counterpart. Dawn is a cancer survivor. Dawn understands, right? So we make a good team, I feel. So I love that I now have another partner in Northern Nevada, which is you guys. So you're stuck with us. But we would definitely love to make sure that we are able to filter your information. And mostly we'll just make sure that you are on our website so people will be able to connect with you. I will make sure of another thing, and that is you are focusing strictly on Northern Nevada. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. And all of the funds that we are raising are going to go directly to Northern and rural Nevada.
That's great.
Very local.
Yeah, no, I love it. Because Southern Nevada has a lot of organizations that work down here as well. So I'm spread a little thin in that I'm covering the entire state, but I do, and we will definitely be supporting you, but I will put you in my resources for Northern Nevada just to be sure nobody gets confused. Perfect. But I love it. So we are starting officially on June 6th. With the ranch events. And what time of day is that again? It's in the morning, correct?
The afternoon, 1 to 3 p.m.
I'm going to get it right. Thank God you guys provided me with a flyer. And I would be looking at it, but if I was looking at the flyer, I wouldn't be able to see your beautiful faces. So I've made a decision. I'm going to choose you too, and you guys can just set me straight. So 1 to 3 in the afternoon. Great. I think we've covered everything. Is there anything I've missed? Is there any piece of information that you would like to share with the Susan G. Komen family.
I don't think I have anything else. Do you, Michelle? I think we kind of covered all of it.
We did it.
So contact you to become a member. Membership is free. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Right. All right. So membership is free. Connect to be a member. I get that. It helps us keep people in the loop and tell people when things are happening. So I get it. I love the idea of being a member of a clubhouse, though. That is awesome. Wait, I just wanted to clarify one more thing, because you did mention that you do allow caregivers or family members of cancer survivors or patients to join as well, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We
Okay.
want to really cast our net wide when it comes to people affected by cancer. So yeah, anybody who's been affected by cancer. We have somebody who's a part of our group right now who lost his wife to cancer. And so that's really important to us to make sure that his family, he feels supported, his family and his children feel supported. The other thing that Michelle has personal friends who has a child that is receiving treatment. And so that's another angle that we realize in our community, there's just not a lot of support for children's cancer. And so we really want to cast our net wide so that we can try to formulate our programs to fit each of those individual types of communities within the large cancer umbrella.
Right. And that's the thing we have to remember is that, and as much as it pains me to actually have to say this out loud, anybody can get hit by cancer. Anybody, any age, which just breaks my heart, but it is what it is. So you will tailor a program for kids with cancer if you have enough kid members?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, the other thing that you just covered is the caregiver, the parents of those children. That is, again, something that is probably not easy to understand what those families need. So to be able to find other people that are in that same situation or similar situations that have just learned to go through it and cope, I think is really important as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Cancer Community Clubhouse.
Yes.
I got that right, girls. Oh my gosh. Yes. And I've had 2 cups of coffee, so there is no excuse whatsoever. I love it. Gosh golly, guys. Honestly, I'm so glad I was pushy when I first heard you now. I'm like, would you come to our show? So I'm glad I did. I really am. It's very exciting. To see this opening up in Northern Nevada and especially in the rural areas too. So I'm very excited to see how we progress through this and know that we are here to help any way we can. We'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh gosh, thank you. Was it difficult? Was it okay?
It was perfect.
I love that about you. You're so good to me. All right, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.